Michael Bellavia. We're here for the Million Puppet March, and we're about to get our march on in literally like 9 minutes from now. So, and you can too. Even if you're just watching this from home, get out a puppet and just march around your bedroom. I don't care. But we're also in support for public broadcasting, public media, public radio, public TV, the whole shebang. With puppets. Started this thing during the first presidential debate. It was really that offhand comment that Governor Romney made. We really wanted to do something that showed that there was a broad-based support and that this is not an issue that should even be anywhere on the table. Really what we want to see is that, and what we seem to be seeing here, is just people who love, like, who grew up on it and just have, like, very personal connection to it.
So I grew up watching Sesame Street and all the TV shows, and it's something that we all love and like need in this world. I support it too.
I grew up on all of these shows, not just Muppets, but all the different characters, Lamb Chop, Clifford, the Big Red Dog, and so that's how I learned and that's what I associated with for TV.
My daughter growing up with Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street.
We must continue to fund PBS. The children need Sesame Street. It helps them learn the fundamentals for school. It's worked since '69.
But to me, this is all about really deciding who and what we are as a country. If we make a statement saying that the arts and public television, public radio are important to us, that says something about us. And if we say that they should be forfeited, it says something about us.
Also good for education!
And remember, this service is brought to you by the people of America.
We got mail from people saying, I'm coming from Colorado, and we got all these pictures of people with their puppets packed into suitcases on the way here and stuff like that. I can just imagine what the TSA agents thought when they were scanning them through the X-ray stuff.
You know, when Michael and I started this, I think we both thought that maybe 25 people would show up and that would be success. And this is overwhelming. There are families here and kids here, and just like an incredible show of love for what public broadcasting brings. It's not immediately at jeopardy, but it's at jeopardy if one of the current presidential candidates took office. He said that he would just defund it.
We're really trying to make sure that we build awareness for continued funding for public media, and we're also hoping that people kind of like vote, both with their voting on Tuesday for the election, as well as vote with their pocketbooks and give a little bit of a donation to their local public TV or public radio station.
Give to your local public broadcasting stations, both television and radio, and give whatever you can.
Okay, folks! We're marching!
Somebody won't help me. 1 million puppets here. 1 million puppets cheer. 1 million puppets sing. PBS is here to stay. United we become one. Puppets and here we come. We can march all day long. Together we are stronger. Million puppet march. Oh!
No puppets!
No peace!
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 We are here to show support for all public broadcasting. Ridiculous, given the small amount of money that we spend on this. Ridiculous to even talk about ceasing funding. Public broadcasting is important because look around you. Every child that you see watches public broadcasting. We need to show our children that we care about them. Pretty simple.
Out with our puppets into the street! Out with our puppets into the street!
Public broadcasting is awesome! It's great not only for children, but for people. My grand suck mommy, she watches public broadcasting too.
I love how they have always the good spirit and how they never let kids down and how they always love to have grown-ups with them. And Cookie Monster is always the awesomest person in the whole entire world, so you should always vote for him.
Some of the puppets that I've seen today are Cookie Monster and Kermit the Frog and Big Bird, and I've seen Santa Claus, which makes no sense.
Elmo, we want that. 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 Elmo, we want that.
We want to save Sesame Street. I learned English from Sesame Street.
So it's important for us, not only here in US, but also in another country like our country in Indonesia.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like the media are probably having a good time for a change. And the costumes are fantastic, and the police seem content. The neighbors back in the residential neighborhood we were in all seemed happy to see us. So there's a lot of love going on. There are blocks and blocks of love going on.
I've never seen anything like this before. I like Sesame Street, so I guess I have to support them.
We're the teachers of young children, kindergarten and pre-K, and so this is a really important part of their learning.
It affects the knowledge that our children come into school with, because a lot of our children are getting their basic knowledge from shows like Sesame Street.
How's the hair?
Just stop moving. Just stop moving.
Hang out for a little bit. We're gonna start a little program in a bit, but we still see some puppets coming down the stream here, so. Jim Sternwell here at the Million Puppet March. We're currently standing in front of the Capitol building, where we've gathered with hundreds and hundreds of people, children, and puppets, all gathered for one reason: to support PBS and celebrate that which we have grown to love and take for granted. After Mitt Romney's comments, we realized that maybe we shouldn't take these things for granted, so the enthusiastic crowds have come out on this chilly afternoon to show their support for puppets and people alike. This is Jim Sternwell, loving you all.
My favorite character is Animal, because he reminds me of myself. My mom has an addiction to Masterpiece Theater.
I wonder who this guy likes.
Elmo.
Oh, take the mic. Go ahead.
I'm Noah, and I love Rover. I'm your puppet too.
Oh, thank you. He loves you too.
Save Sesame Street.
It's so good to be able to be up here and say, you know, I'm pro-puppet, and I vote. And I'm pro-early childhood education, and I vote. And I'm pro-independent journalism, and I vote. And I am pro-public media, and I vote.
Public media is so important because it avoids the pressures of the commercial media, and it's the one place you can go for early childhood education that you know is going to be free from commercials.
An overwhelming majority of Americans, Republicans and Democrats, support public funding for public broadcasting. The surveys show they think it's the best use of their tax dollars than anything except for the national defense.
Yet we spend a tiny, tiny fraction of the federal budget on public media, only about $1.50 per person per year. You can't even get a cup of coffee for $1.50 anymore.
And if you want that real change, you're going to have to keep bringing this energy, this creativity, all this fun we saw here today to the long fight ahead.
Let's sing along. Let's sing along, let's string along, let's string along, let's sing along, let's string along. A million puppets marching, let's all string along. No puppets, no peace, no peace. I said no puppets, no peace, no peace. I said no puppets, no peace, no peace. I said no puppets, no peace, no peace. One, give access to those without pay TV to help shape the fabric of society. Three, the most important thing is for everyone, everywhere, no matter where you be. Hey, let's sing along, let's sing along, let's sing along. Puppets marching for us now.
Okay. Humpty Dumpty, live and in the shell and back together again. So if we can put him back together again, I hope we can put this country back together again. Just got to have the right people. Today it means the future because it means educational TV. And as a part of putting back together this country long term, you need education.
PBS helps the kids. We love kids, and we love teaching kids to learn and create and discover.
Puppets on Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers, when we were kids, told us you can do anything you put your mind to. And they are still telling that to kids everywhere, all over the world. It was so spectacular to see this many humans and furballs coming together just to laugh and hug and share and show joy.
It's just a lot of fun, and it's just a lot of happy people, a lot of loud people, just a lot of people showing their support for public media. Chris and I met online during the debate. We never knew each other before, and then I started one side of it, he started another side of it, and we just said, let's join up, and we joined up by right after the debate. So it turned into this.
I am so overwhelmed at the number of people that showed up and the number of people who were so vocally supportive and the amount of energy and love that was here. And whoever gets elected and whoever is representing you, keep the pressure on them. Let your elected representatives know what public broadcasting means to you.
Continue to get updates on millionpuppetmarch.com and the Facebook page, the YouTube channel that we have. There's an album coming out on iTunes soon, the whole 9 yards. But go to the website, millionpuppetmarch.com, and you'll get access to everything.
For you and me, it's really not hard.
Jim Sternwell here at the Million Muppet March. We've seen quite a turnout of enthusiastic kids, adults, and puppets. Everyone's celebrating and showing their support for PBS. It's been a thrilling and chilling day. This is Jim Sternwell, signing out.